Hello there, hi, and welcome to Creatives on the Couch. It's amazing to have you with us today. Now, we've got a slightly different episode today. You'll see the studio's being moved around. Still got my gorgeous TV wife at the side of me. But today, we are joined by the international award-winning chef, cookbook writer, the amazing Apra Ames Roberts!
Hello!
Hi.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
How are you?
Now, this looks absolutely amazing. So,
Right.
have you had a nice journey today?
I have actually. It's been quite fun. It's been a good one. No strikes or bad roads or anything like that.
Oh, that's all right then. But you've come from Wrexham, haven't you?
I have.
Oh,
I've come from North
wow.
Wales. So
So,
it's like,
welcome to Manchester.
I know. It's like the I've sort of hit the bottom now. Haven't I?
I was going to say we've got electricity.
Yes!
We've got electricity.
That's right!
You got power. Everything's on place, isn't it? You know.
Now,
Bravo.
the Happy Hedgehog.
Yes.
When did this actually start? When did you create it all?
Right, well, years and years and years ago, my partner and I, we moved into our house now, and we had a very old orchard. Now, as you know,
Yes.
I actually have been lots of different things, from costume manufacturer, entertainer, sword fighter, all that sort of stuff. And that's recent. We did choreographed you when you were doing Peter Pan. Peter
Yes.
Pan, you're Captain Hook.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Apple
Yes.
taught me how to sword fight for.
I made him look
playing
good.
Yes.
Trust me, it took
That's
ages.
awesome.
I was
Days.
so butch.
Oh my god, it was oh god.
You.
He was actually. It was one of the few times you wear butch, right?
Yeah.
And when you took that hat off, it was quite frightening because you had hair.
I did.
You know, oh, he did. He did.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Oh,
you
yeah.
with hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pigtails.
And he was dancing. And he was dancing as
Yeah,
well.
I get
Yeah,
that,
he was
yeah.
dancing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I get that.
It was cool, really. But from that, because I've always been passionate about history, and as you know, I go off on a tangent about different things. And I've been a reenactor for years, doing from like Roman through to Tudor and Victorian. And I love where food comes from. And so it's always sort of like been a bit of a quiet passion of mine. It's something that's always been under the water, because I've come from a family. My father was a fisherman. Used to go out and catch the catch. My mother then would cook the catch, and then it'd go around all the restaurants and the cafes and all the shops and everything else. So I grew up around this, ocean fresh, and I got to know the chefs. I got to know the hoteliers, and I was fascinated by it. But unfortunately, because my siblings were both into catering, it was not a path that I was ever encouraged along.
Okay.
So I then my background, got into wine.
Okay.
Not into that way, but I got.
Not like you.
Yes, well, I wasn't going to say anything, but there's 4 bottles of gin behind you. So I got into that, and then quite naturally, because I'd studied drama, and I'd done all the sword fighting and everything else, and then the combat. And the problem with the industry is that it works intermittent, so you're only as good as your next job, and especially in combat, it's not like acting. So it's literally only when something was going on. So I then met my partner. And quite by accident, we then started a fancy dress shop, which the fancy dress shop then became the clothing manufacturer. And I was making this as a passion for me, because we'd got the house, we hadn't got much money because it was the first Christmas, the kids and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, right, we've got all these apples on a tree, we've got all these old sloes, we've got all these wonderful varieties that are not really known. I don't even know, we still can't work out what varieties of orchard we've got, but it's an old orchard. And well, you've been there.
I have.
You've sat under it having many a bottle of wine.
I did.
And so this particular year, I decided to make everybody jams and chutneys. And my partner went out, and she was fantastic. We made sloe gin. She packaged it all up. And then after Christmas, everybody we gave out, and we must have given out 20, 30 people, or friends, all came back with the empties and said, can we have the same?
Right.
So I knew that I was onto something.
Yep.
Then when I started doing the reenactments, and I found that I was talking more about spices, I was talking more about the breads, I was talking about the vinegars, I thought, this is where I want to be. And so it came out. And so I started experimenting with vinegars, because everybody said you should have apple cider. I had pneumonia, 10 years ago, and I also had a stroke about a year later. So I've really dogged with a lot of ill health, and it was getting me down. So I thought, everybody, take some apple cider, it's good for you. And I was like, okay. And I went to the dentist, and the dentist took one look at me and he went, you take apple cider. And I thought, it's because my hair is so lush and my skin is gleaming. And he went, no, your back teeth are rotting.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, nothing like put a girl in a place. And he explained that a lot of people are drinking raw apple cider, which is fantastic for you. The healing properties, this is thousands of years old. And the healing properties of vinegar is vast, absolutely vast. But we don't really know how to have it. So it got me thinking, right, let's start adding some fruit. Let's start playing around with it. And I did. And then, as you know, we lost our boy Brad.
Yes.
And then less than a year later, we then lost my mother to dementia and Alzheimer's. So it was all, mental health was all very prevalent. Then as soon as we buried my mother, we went into lockdown, and then we lost our company, which was Crazy Ladies Costumes. And that was the most devastating moment in my life. And I'm not going to lie, it was devastating out of everything. I just sat there and I thought, what else?
Yeah.
What else can somebody do now? Because I'm now at rock bottom.
Yeah.
Absolutely rock bottom. And my partner was like, really, like, come on, you can do that, and shivered me up because I couldn't see. I was completely blinded, and I think anybody who's watching this who's been in COVID and who's been affected by COVID, either by loss or by redundancy or a business failure, which is no fault of their own.
Yep.
No fault of their own. Will think, yeah, it's time now to start again.
Yeah.
And I was lucky because I protected the name, and I'd already turned it into, and I'd got it sort of like started because it was going to be my retirement.
Okay.
So I basically brought my business model 10 years forward. And I had no money, because I say, when we lost everything, we lost savings, we lost pensions, all the nest, everything went. And everybody, I think, can relate to that.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I sold some swords I had and some old reenactment kit, and I literally sold my soul to the devil. Scraped some money together, and then my partner said, look, enter the Great Taste Awards. You keep saying you want to do it, just enter the Great Taste Awards. So I did. And I thought, what the hell am I doing? And I had enough money to enter 3 products.
Right.
And what I wanted, because if anybody knows the Great Taste Awards, it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal thing in Britain that you send it off. It's all anonymous. You have no clue. You have a barcode, and you've got top Michelin star and celebrities and people who have got backgrounds in whatever foods they're tasting. And so it's a complete blind tasting. So they don't know if it's made by you, made by me.
Yeah.
They're literally going off a taste, and they're brutal. And I wanted judgment on my stuff. That wasn't family, that wasn't friends, that was going to be brutally honest and say, yeah, actually it's crap, mate, go and sign on. And, it's like, and what I got a phone call. And I'll never forget, my best friend was sitting opposite me. Stepdaughter was sitting there as well, Ricky, she was there. And they rang up and said, oh, by the way, can we have some, it's the Great Taste Awards here, can we have some of your Balsamic, please, we need it for a photograph. And I went, why? I said, well, you've won.
Wow.
And I just went, I said, and I thought it was my friend ringing me up, and I was like, oh, come off it. Oh, yeah, really? And they said, no, you've got 3-star commended, which is equivalent to a Michelin star.
Wow.
It's just so amazing. I mean, that phone call, you've won.
Yeah.
I mean,
it gets better, it gets better, right? I'm there going, oh my god, and I'm literally going, oh my god. Best friend? Nothing. It's good. They carried on, right? And then everybody came in, and there's different people coming in, and I was like, guess what? And they were like, well done. Oh. And I was like, you're kidding. And then Diane arrived. I couldn't get hold of her on the phone to tell her. She arrived, and I went, Di, guess what? I won. And she looked at me, and I could see that she was getting really emotional. And Diane doesn't get, Diane does not get emotional. She started to get emotional, And then it was like, right, we have to do something about this now. Boom. Nothing. There was no celebration. There was no bucket of flowers. Nothing at all. It was like, right, we have to turn it into, right, let's get this going. And suddenly it was pulled up by the roots.
Yeah.
And I'm now standing here.
Fabulous.
And it's
With us.
with you.
And you're going to do something amazing.
Listen, my career from now is going downhill.
No.
He's wonderful. He's wonderful. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
Just look, I mean, I'm so glad that you've brought some of your best sellers. And, you know, for everyone watching at home as well, you know, there's the website. We're going to let you know where you can get it from. Everybody needs to order one of these hampers because they are sensational. You're going to love what you're going to take home.
Okay, all right. So people don't know what to do with vinegar. Now, if I said to you vinegar, you're going to say straight away chips.
Yes.
That's it. That's malt vinegar. These are gluten-free. They're vegan. Of course, they're vinegar. Of course, they're vegan. They've been, you know. Anyway, they're on vogue. Anyway, they are fantastic for drizzling. My vinegars are sweet enough to add to prosecco. You can turn it into a cocktail.
Oh.
You can cook with it, baste with it, dip with it, drink it. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
So, but I thought, rather than just chatting about it, I thought I'm going to show you how quick it is, because everybody somewhere will have been given a bottle of balsamic, will have been given a bottle of apple cider, and they've probably gone, oh, thank you very much, Aunt Doris, I don't really know what to do with it. It looks nice and it's off the cupboard.
Sure.
And it's a shame, because balsamic is fantastic. Honestly, you can do so much with it. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, very quickly, and this will take seconds to do.
Wow.
I have got here a very lovely olive bread.
Okay.
And it's just a basic one burner ring.
Can I take a look at these?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
You'll be necking them in no time.
And what I'm going to do, really, I haven't got a toaster here.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to literally just warm it up on a dry pan. That's what I'm doing, okay? Olive bread, like sourdough, olive bread more, but it can be quite moist in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to do is just reduce some of the moisture from the olive. And all I'm doing literally is just go, so you can even have your timer on this to show you how easy this is. Okay? You just push it down from there, turn it over, and that now is heating up nicely.
Okay.
In here, I have mascarpone cheese. However, this works with any soft cheese. So you can, it's as decadent as you want to make it. I like mascarpone cheese. I like the flavour of it. I like the richness. It goes very nice with goat's cheese as well. So it's whatever you want it to be. Okay? This even works with some of the softer vegan cheeses.
All right.
And there's so many out there. It's where your imagination wants to take you. All you do, once that's done, nice and dry, you literally get the mascarpone on top, like that. And I'm going to place that one on there for you, okay?
Okay.
This one here, don't you just love the sizzle?
Yes.
Sizzle's great.
Yes.
Get another dollop, all right? I love that word dollop. You know, I think it makes you sound so professional, right? I'm going to take a dollop. I think Gordon Ramsay should introduce the word dollop into his vocabulary more often.
Well, when we have him on the
I
show,
know.
I will make sure that we tell him we need moist dollops from Gordon
Right.
Ramsay.
I've got that ready. Now,
Okay.
in here, this is my strawberry balsamic, all right? And all I'm doing, pouring that in there. In here, I have fresh raspberries.
Yes.
Chopped strawberries, which are there, and these are beautiful Victoria's plums.
So you've got that reducing down at the moment.
That's been in there for literally, like, what, 30 seconds, 1 minute, something like that.
Smells
That
gorgeous.
now, that's all it takes, okay? You don't need to do anything else. That's it. You just wait until the fruit have just slightly started to soften and the warms through.
You smell
Okay?
that. Wow.
You'll be tasting this in a second, so chill out, okay? You know that diet you were on? Yeah, so that's now cooked.
Just as quick as
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
1 minute.
Switch off the gas so I don't go up in flames. Then take this and you just very gently on top.
Wow. It looks amazing. Have you
Again?
eaten today?
No.
I have neither of
She's
I.
eating now, it's fine, it's okay. on there, like so.
Perfect.
And you finish it off. This is wild rocket. Rocket's lovely because it's got a bit of a peppery taste to it.
Yes, love it.
So you put the wild rocket on top, like so. And that's taken less than 2 minutes.
Wow. First dish. That's
So-
amazing.
Would you like to try it?
Oh my days, absolutely.
Please.
Go.
There we go.
Oh
My
my
Be
God,
hot, be
darling.
careful, okay?
Yeah, don't you burn yourself and don't get it down your frock.
It is hot. What I'm going to do is take one of these raspberries.
There we go. Let's go in there. Oh my days.
Blimey, heck, this is amazing.
That's how simple that is to make.
But you would never think, would you, just by heating a little bit of bread like that and then putting the mascarpone. I've never even thought about it like that before.
And this has taken seconds, okay?
Yeah.
That is
Anyone can do it. I'm gonna take another bite.
anybody can do it. I defy anyone not. You don't need to go to cooking school to do this. You don't need, all this is just literally using vinegar. Now, if you don't like it as sweet, people say, oh, but it's quite sweet, but I've given that a quite sour cheese.
I mean,
So the sour
realistically,
cheese,
if people at home are obviously watching it, you could put red onions in it.
Oh, God,
You
yeah.
could put,
I mean,
your red onions that soaked in blueberry vinegar are to die for.
Yeah.
So, literally, as simple as that. You're all going to be running off to get your veg out. aren't you?
that's simple, but I'm going to show you now how to dress a salad.
Okay.
Let's go for it,
Let me
absolutely.
just put this on the floor, just so...
Beautiful.
That's really nice,
Really
wasn't it?
Nice, yeah.
So, on here, I'm going to do a nice prawn salad, okay?
One of my
So,
favourites.
this is so simple, right? Again, you don't need to cook this. You don't need to cook this, but I'm going to use a balsamic again.
Okay.
Now, I have a plate. Now, here, my darling, I want you to do this for me, okay?
Okay.
So,
Wow.
for the first time in your life, you can toss. So, what I'd like you to do is to take... Can you take some rocket and pop it in there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now imagine you've gone Rone or, Nigella Lawson, whoever I feel like. Is that for you, is it?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
That has to be the most...
I'll put a couple more leaves on.
Please, come on.
Yes.
This is the most gay... Right,
Come on.
okay.
Mountain it up!
Okay, right, now.
Right.
Pop
Bless
in
you.
there. A little bit I've got in here. All I've got in here is simple. Everything you have for a salad. I've got some fresh fruit. I've got some spring onions.
Yes.
I've got some tomatoes. I've got some cukes.
You see,
okay?
for me, cucumber is the food of the devil.
Well, put
gives me dreadful heartburn.
Okay, well don't put that bit in then.
Really?
Do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Monique, you get it all. Right,
Good.
go for it.
Literally just pile it
Just
all
pile
in.
it all in.
There we
Do
go.
whatever you want. You don't have to
There
put
we
cucumber
go.
if you
The
want.
cucumber's in, absolutely.
Okay,
But spring
now-
onion's my favourite. Love it.
Big mistake people make with salads.
Yeah.
Okay.
They then go and get whopping great big...
Just give me 1
Sorry.
second to go there. Okay, so we've got everything piled in there.
Right. Yes, but now, this is what everybody does around the world, I don't care who you are, right?
Yep.
They have a terrible habit of ruining salad. Because what you then do is you get great big spoons.
And
because
bruise
you've
it.
Because you've been given them.
Okay.
Right? And you go,
Yeah.
and you're bruising it.
Yep.
You don't. What you do is you shake it.
Right, okay.
And then just using your hands, you go underneath, and all you do is you grasp it. It's like you're picking up a newborn baby, all right? Not by the neck, okay? Or a kitten, or a little puppy.
Yeah, we'll go for
okay?
puppies, yes.
Definitely, you're picking up a nice little puppy, and you're going to let I'm not throwing it in.
Okay.
I'm layering it. Now,
I like that. Layering. Layering your salad.
what I'm going to use,
Like it.
this is my apple cider. So with the first dish, I used balsamic, my
Okay.
strawberry
Yeah.
balsamic.
Yes.
Okay. Second one, this is my apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Now again, this is sweet. Right? All my apple cider vinegars are sweet.
Oh.
And the reason being is, people often say, "Oh, I like something a bit tart." Well, that's fine, but when it comes to sweetness, if you're having something like a very salty feta or a very rich gammon, or you're using halloumi or
Yes,
pineapple, you need something to break through
Yeah.
that. Sweetness
True.
breaks through it.
Cut straight through
Cut
it.
straight
Yeah.
through. Well, as you saw,
Sweet
with
and
the
sour, isn't
mascarpone-
it?
yeah.
It's the umami.
It is,
That's
it is, it is. It's like the mascarpone cheese.
Yep.
You would never have thought that flavour would have come through.
Oh,
the
no,
balsamic.
never.
So, what I'm going to do, I've got some prawns here.
Well, there you go.
right?
You're happy now, aren't
Very
you, my
happy.
Now,
darling?
all
Very
you do with prawns, again, you don't need to big spoons, what have you. I'm a fisherman's daughter. My father would be turning in his grave right now if he even thought I was going to put anything other than salt and vinegar not apple cider vinegar on here, because it had to be salt in there. I'm the only girl, fact, that used to go to primary school with lobster sandwiches.
Yeah.
And crab sandwiches.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
Posh.
I wanted paste.
Meat paste.
And my dad used to say, you don't know what's good for you. I used to eat fish on sufferance. I hated fish. And it's only in my 30s that I started to go back to fish again. So you do that.
Yep.
And then all you do is you drizzle.
Look at this.
Okay? You don't need anything else with
I
that.
wish you lot at home could smell what this is
Yeah.
like. You're going to be able to order your own hampers, so don't you worry about that. But that is sensational.
That's now a dressed salad.
Oh my days, as simple
Right off the
as
street.
that.
That's all it is.
So, obviously you say it's sweet. What are the calories? If people are on diets and things like that?
Now, the calories on this is less than the mayonnaise.
What?
So you have to think of it like that. Because with the mayonnaise, what happens is, my big fashionable words coming out, dollop. You take a dollop of mayonnaise, you put it on. If you like mayo, fantastic. I don't. You put it on.
Dip's
And
incredible.
what happens is, you get to the bottom of your salad and you add some more. Right? With this, you don't. So a tablespoon of this is about 25 calories. I work it out to be about a teaspoon of sugar. So think of it like that.
Okay.
But you won't add anything else to that.
Nothing.
You will
Yeah.
finish that
yeah.
salad all the way to the
Beautiful.
end, and then you'll find I'm not adding anything else. I'm not having anything
The
else.
sauces aren't enough.
That's
You don't
all-
need to add anything else to that.
No.
The flavours are so rich.
Yeah.
I'm
so
sold.
if you tried this just now by just dip the bread into that now. And that flavour again will change.
It's incredible, isn't it?
What?
Yeah. This is why you won first prize. Just to let you know, we've got a lot of people in this studio today. We've got all our camera crew and directors, everything. They're all sat there behind the cameras going. You'll all get to try it. You'll all get to try it.
There's something left in the pan.
So,
That's
I mean,
how easy it is.
this has taken over your life, hasn't it? I mean,
Yes,
you have
yes.
become very, very busy. Where did Happy Hedgehog come from? Where's the name come from? Oh, really? Okay.
What it
Love
was, Diana and I was trying, because everything was based on, because I do a lot of spices as well, and like my Drunken Pig is the original breakfast sauce.
Right.
And what have you. So all my recipes are all got some historical story behind them. And I thought, I know, I'll make myself sound really, out there and Latin-fied and everything else. And I couldn't think of anything. And I got in the car, and my hair this particular day had been spiked to something pretty extensive, because I think I was actually going to choreograph a fight scene. So I wanted to make a bit
Right,
of
yeah.
I wanted to make a bit of a statement when I went in. And she just burst out laughing. And I just went, what? And she just went, hedgehog. And I thought,
Amazing.
okay, I've got to stick it. So and my
Yeah.
hair was actually a lot blacker, so I looked like a skunk more than a badger. So it's like I was auditioning.
Happy
for the
badger.
Well, I was
Oh.
auditioning for the Winds and Willows or something.
I
was
love it.
amazing.
I love it.
Glasses
Yeah,
on the end of my
makes sense.
nose. It was like,
I mean, if people want to, obviously, to look at what you've got, you have got your website.
I
haven't
have,
you?
yes.
I think if you've seen it on screen, it is down there on that poster, but we will be running it across the screen as well.
And I send all over the world, so it's not a problem.
And people can come and visit you as well.
can.
You've got your amazing setup in Wrexham,
Yes.
haven't you? Queensway in Wrexham.
Yes, right.
That-
Part of Delta Academy of Dance and Performing Arts.
I mean, there's just no end to everything that you as a family are creating, is there really? And
No.
you will welcome anybody in.
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
Anybody's welcome to the cafe. You do the freak shakes. You do dessert. I mean, the desserts are to die for. But it's
I'm
really,
going grey, okay?
It's quite unique though, isn't it?
Well,
Because
bit.
walking into the Happy Hedgehog and into Delta, it's like walking into another world, because there's crafts and there's you can do knitting, and there's vintage things and top hats and canes swinging from the ceiling, and there's music and you do concerts, and it really is a hub for the community, isn't it?
It is, and that's what it is that, as you know, we lost Brad.
Yes.
And Brad was 19. He was troubled, and there's nothing that we did wrong. It was just him.
Yeah.
And I could talk for hours about Brad and what have you, but nothing would have changed anything. And it was sad, and you love these people, and they're in your life for a reason, for however brief,
Yes.
And Brad, we realised when it happened with Bradley, we realised that there's no help. Now, Monique, if you go off and you've met a wrong un and you've got yourself pregnant and you then, you've got your baby, you can walk somewhere into some a woman's refuge. You can walk into a social worker's. You can walk into a job centre, a homeless station. And someone somewhere will give you a bed. Someone somewhere will give your children help. You'll be given, I hate to say it, succour, okay? You will be helped.
Yeah.
If Reece did, he'd be given a tent. Or he'd be told, well, come back in the morning. Or it's like, I'm very sorry, mate, we're filled to capacity.
It's true.
There is nothing to help men, because unfortunately, and I don't know, I can't speak for other countries, I really can't. I can speak for Britain, and that is that we're a stiff upper lip.
Yes.
Men are still expected to be men.
Men
be
don't
bold
cry.
And we go forward.
Yeah, men don't cry.
And you know what?
I'll tell you something. I cry every day. I'm an absolute emotional
does.
wreck, and people know this about me. It takes a real man to cry, and you know the stuff that I've had
Unfortunately,
thrown at
he's
me.
not one.
I've had so much stuff thrown at me, and you just get on with it, don't you? And but you help people. What you have in Delta and the Happy Hedgehog. People come to you. They know that they're going to be safe. They know that they're going to be looked after.
Yes.
They know they're going to be fed with all this amazing stuff.
But we're not. What people don't seem to realise is what we're not. We're not something that's funded.
Yeah.
We don't. We do this because Diane and I we love what we do.
Yeah.
Right. And so, for instance, we had a little old lady.
I'm going to have to cut you
no.
off there. We have run out of time. But you'll have to come back for another episode and we will continue all of this.
worries.
Thank you so much for being with us today. You are a remarkable, inspirational person, and I just hope you know the good that you do people out there, you and Diane. I just hope you realise how much you're loved. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Creatives on the Couch. We will see you next time for more fun and frolics in our TV studio. From me and the wife, take care for now. See you soon.